Imagine for a moment, deep inside your heart, there's a very old well. It's so deep you can't see the bottom, and sometimes a cold wind whispers up from it. We might call that well trauma, or feelings of not being good enough, or maybe just that quiet ache to feel like we belong. It's like life is this huge orchestra, and somehow we're the only one who missed the memo on how to play our part. Everyone else seems to hit their notes perfectly, while we're just standing there, feeling lost. But what if I told you that the prison you feel trapped in, the one built by other people as expectations, was never locked? You've been holding the door shut from the inside this whole time. Today, let us talk about how to gently let go of that handle and step into the freedom you deserve. Have you ever felt like you're living in a prison? But the strange thing is, the door is unlocked. You're the one holding it shut, terrified of what's on the other side. That's the prison of other people's eyes, and today we're going to break out. I recently revisited a book that completely changed my perspective, The Courage to Be Disliked by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumite Koga. It's a gentle and profound exploration of Adlerian psychology, framed as a dialogue between a philosopher and a young man. It's not just a book. It's a toolkit for inner peace, and it got me thinking about what true freedom really means. Many of us believe our past defines us. We think of ourselves as scratched records, forever repeating the same painful grooves because of something that happened long ago. But Alfred Adler, the founder of individual psychology, had a radical idea. He argued that trauma, in the way we often think of it, doesn't exist. Now, hold on. I know that sounds controversial. He wasn't denying that terrible things happen. What he meant was that events themselves don't chain us. It's the meaning we give them, the purpose they serve in our present lives, that keeps us stuck. This is called purposivism. For example, someone might say, I can't trust people because I was hurt in the past. From an Adlerian perspective, they are unconsciously using that past hurt as a reason to avoid the potential pain of future relationships. The goal is to avoid getting hurt again, and the past becomes a convenient, self-imposed prison. This power of choice, the power to interpret our circumstances, is one of the most profound human abilities. Think of Viktor Frankl. He was a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Auschwitz. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he describes how even in the most dehumanizing conditions imaginable, he found a sliver of freedom. He observed that the prisoners who survived weren't necessarily the strongest physically, but those who held on to a sense of purpose, a reason to live. Frankl himself chose his attitude. He would shave with a piece of broken glass to maintain a sense of dignity. He would give away his last piece of bread. He realized that everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. If Frankl could find freedom in Auschwitz, what does that say about the prisons we build for ourselves? Adler goes on to say that all our worries, every single one, are ultimately interpersonal relationship problems. Think about it. Jealousy, anxiety, fear of failure, feelings of inferiority, they all boil down to how we compare ourselves to others or how we think others see us. We spend so much energy seeking approval, trying to live up to expectations that are often just in our heads. We become like roadside flowers, desperately hoping for a passing glance from a stranger. But what if, instead, we planted our own garden? A garden we cultivate for ourselves, filled with things we genuinely love, regardless of who sees it. That's the shift from living for others' approval to living according to your own principles. The fear of being judged is a powerful force. We imagine a spotlight following us, highlighting every flaw, every stumble. But here's the good news. That spotlight is mostly in our heads. Psychologists at Cornell University proved this with a simple experiment. They had a student wear a goofy-looking t-shirt with a big picture of Barry Manilow on it and walk into a room full of other students. When asked later The t-shirt wearer predicted that at least half the people in the room noticed their embarrassing shirt. The reality? Fewer than 20% did. This is called the spotlight effect. We dramatically overestimate how much attention people pay to us because we are the center of our own universe. But we forget that everyone else is the star of their own movie. They're too busy worrying about their own goofy t-shirts to notice yours. So, if we accept that people aren't watching us as closely as we think, what's the next step? It's embracing the courage to be disliked. True freedom, according to Adler, is being disliked by someone. It's proof that you're living authentically, exercising your own freedom, and not just trying to please everyone. When you stand for something, you will inevitably upset someone who stands for the opposite. And that's okay. Think of Bob Dylan at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival. He was the king of acoustic folk music, but he walked on stage with an electric guitar and a rock band. The crowd booed. They called him a traitor. In that moment, he chose his artistic vision over the approval of his fans. He chose to be disliked. And what happened? He invented folk rock, changed the course of music history, and eventually won a Nobel Prize. His freedom was forged in the fire of disapproval. This brings us to a practical tool Adler gives us: task separation. It's a simple but life-changing concept. Your task is what you can directly control. Other people's tasks are what they control. You can't do their tasks for them, and they can't do yours. For example, a child's task is to study. A parent's task is not to force them to study, but to offer support and help. Whether the child chooses to study is ultimately their decision, their task. It's your boss's task to decide whether they like your proposal. Your task is to make the best proposal you can. That's it. You pour your effort into what you control, and you let go of the outcome, which is in someone else's hands. The actor Anthony Hopkins said he learns his lines, shows up on time, and delivers his performance. Whether the director likes it or the movie is a hit, that's not his task. This isn't about being careless. It's about focusing your energy where it matters. It's what the ancient philosopher Diogenes was doing when he lived in a barrel and told Alexander the Great to get out of his sunlight. He was master of his own domain, unconcerned with the world's most powerful man. Finally, this all leads to a different way of experiencing life itself. So many of us live with what's called a teleological mindset. We're always focused on the destination. We think, I'll be happy when I get the promotion, when I get married, when I retire. We're so focused on the goal line that we don't experience the journey. Adler encourages us to live in the here and now. Imagine life is not a race to a finish line, but a dance. When you're dancing, you're not trying to get somewhere. The point is the dancing itself, the movement in each moment. You are fully present. That's how we should live. Each moment is complete in itself. Life is a series of these moments. And in this dance, we are all equal partners. Adler talks about horizontal relationships instead of vertical ones. Don't look up to people or down on them. See everyone as a fellow traveler, a fellow dancer, different but equal. So let's go back to that prison door. It's unlocked. The fear of what others will think, the weight of your past, the anxiety about the future. These are the things you've been using to hold it shut. But you now have the keys to unlock it. You have the courage to be disliked, the power of task separation, and the invitation to dance in the present moment. The freedom you're looking for isn't out there somewhere. It's an inside job. It's about choosing your attitude, planting your own garden, and realizing that the spotlight you fear is just a figment of your imagination. The world is waiting for you to step out and live authentically. The only permission you ever needed was your own. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more thoughts on living a freer, more meaningful life.